Assalamu alaikum. A very good day to you. And at first, I would like to provide all types of praise for the Almighty Allah who has given me a chance to join such like a digital platform. And here I am, Mohammad Hussain, lecturer, Department of Accounting, Government Hussain Saudi College, Magura. Before launching my session, I would like to pronounce the name Professor Dibabrata Ghosh, Honorable Principal, Government Hussain Saudi College, Magura. And the course coordinator of the session, Abdul Wadud Bishash, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Accounting, Government Hussain Saudi College, Magura. I must not want to prolong my speech regarding this particular issue, so let's go to the slide directly. And today I am going to take a session on a respective issue, and its name is time value of money. Time value of money. And time value of money is discussed on your text, chapter number 3. So, and today's lesson is prescribed in four particular items. Number one, about the concept of time value of money, interest, concept of interest and its practical use, and number three, the compound interest and its practical use. If we analyze this, then we will get 4 points I have to say. Concept about time value of money, interest rate, simple interest rate, and compound interest rate. Even after that, I want to add with it compounding more than once per year. That means in what way we will calculate the compounding interest more than once per year. So let's go to the next slide. The question comes to you about this topic. Why is time such an important element in your taking decision? At the time of taking decision, why we have to consider the time very clearly and consciously? Actually, time allows you the opportunity to postpone consumption and earn interest. That means at present time, you have to avoid your opportunity for consumption, and if you want to invest this opportunity, then you will want to earn more than the present. And what's extra amount you want to earn, this extra amount on the principal is known as interest. So time allows you the opportunity to postpone your present consumption and help you to earn interest. This is why time is so important to you in case of financial decision. Okay, now several questions may raise in your mind. What is the actually time value of money in a Russian at the same time? Actually, today's 1 taka is not same as previous as future. So it is a real concept. Today's 1 taka is the same as previous as future. Now the question may raise in your mind. What is the interest rate? Interest is the extra amount on principal which is charged. But when we will express this extra amount in terms of percentage, it will be known as interest rate. Now the question to you, which alternative will you accept? Either present 10,000 taka or 10,000 taka that you will get after 5 years. Which one will you prefer? Which alternative will you accept? Certainly, today's or present 10,000 taka. Am I right? So here there is a time value of money consideration, because 10,000 taka has a certainty and has no risks. has a certainty and has no risks. This is why its value is more than after 5 years 10,000 taka. So it is called time value of money. Okay. Now, a board question usually come to your board question. You have to gather clear idea about this question. Question: today's money and future money. Today's money's value and future money's value. Is there any difference? Is there any difference between today's taka and future taka? Today's money's value and future money's value. Explain in a nutshell. Explain in short or briefly. Okay. Today's present value and future's present value. They are the different things. We have already gathered about this idea. And the difference between the two things we may consider by interest rate or discount rate. That means interest rate or discount rate may differentiate between the value of present money and the value of future money. So it is we have to know about it. With the change of time, the value of money will change. The value of money will be changed. And today's 100 taka, certainly it will not carry after 1 year's 100 taka the same value. Today's 100 taka will carry the value as like the value of 100 taka. But after 1 year's, these 100 taka certainly will not carry the same value. By present 100 taka, you may get a certain goods or services. And here there is a certainty. And here there is no risk is exist. But in case of, if you want to use 100 taka after 1 year, then you may not get the particular goods and services that you want to get. And in here there is uncertainty and also risk is available. So if I want to invest my pocket money taka 100, then I want to get extra amount on it. So this extra because of risk factor. So this is why when any investor want to invest some money, then he want to add with it the extra amount to maximize his risks and to get benefit, and with the change of inflation rate. With the change of inflation rate, you want to add it. This is why I have already said today's 1 taka is not same as previous as future. This is why all things will be depend on the present condition and future's expectation. So this is why today's 1 taka is not same as previous as future. So go to the next slide. It is just like a question which usually come to your question paper. What is time value of money? That means with the change of time, we have to consider the value of money and combinedly called the time value of money. What is annuity? when a specific amount has to paid after maintaining certain times, this particular amount is called annuity. It is a broad question. Mention the two elements for choosing the time value, and explain briefly. Two factors I would like to say. Number one, preference, and number two, inflation. Preference means which one I want to get at first. Which one I want to get at first. And inflation means is the percentage annually increase in a general price level. Inflation is the percentage annually increased in a general price level, commonly measured by the consumer price index. Okay. If you want to get any product at present time, that means if you want to consume any goods or services at present time, it will be certain and there is no risk. But due to illness or death or any uncertainty, the inflation may be raised and it may not be consumed after a certain period of time. This is why risks will be exist, which you have already invested. And for this reason of being, this upcoming uncertainty will be treated as the platform for inflation. And for the reason of inflation, the purchasing power of the consumer may usually decrease. And to avoid this risk of purchasing power, man gives the priority for cash amount. So now the question to you, that how many types of interest are usually we have to count? Two types of interest, simple interest and compound interest. So what is the simple interest? Simple interest paid on the principal amount. Interest paid on the principal amount. And or it may also on board amount. Interest paid on principal amount or board amount. Principal amount, it may be your equity capital or it may be debt capital. That doesn't matter. Okay. Compound interest. Interest paid on any previous interest earned. Interest paid on any previous interest earned, as well as on the principal amount, broad debt, as well as the principal amount. That means principal plus previous earned interest, and on it the interest will be charged. Okay. That means interest paid on any previous interest earned as well as on the principal board amount. Okay. Even after that, this question usually comes to your examination. What is the difference between the simple interest and compounding interest? Okay, number one, we have already defined when any amount will charge on the principal amount in a specific rate. And compound interest charged on both interest, previous interest earned, and principal amount. broad. Am I right? Okay. Number 2. In this case, the principal amount, accumulated amount, principal amount is not changed. But in this case, the full body will be changed. And the interest rate, the amount of interest is still remain unchanged. Amount of interest remain unchanged. And in this case, gradually decrease. Gradually decrease. Okay. Even after that, it is time to know the calculation procedure of simple interest. Now the simple interest formula in front of you. Formula. Simple interest. We have already defined simple interest by SI. And here equal to PO. PO indicates principal amount. And I indicates interest rate. And N means number of years. Okay. Deposit today. I means interest rate per period. And N means number of times of period. Okay. Now it is time to give an example so that we may clear about it, that I have already submitted in front of you by the sequential slides show. Okay, let's you deposited taka 100 in the bank. You deposit taka 1000 in an account earning 7% interest for 2 years. 7% interest for 2 years. What is the accumulated interest at the end of the 2 years? At the end of the 2 years. Okay, let's you deposited taka 1000. Interest, simple interest at 7%. At the end of the 2 years, how much amount of interest you will get? How much interest will you get? So here principal amount is 1000 taka. Interest rate is 7%. 7% means here 7% equal to 7 divided 100 equal to 0.07, or you may write down 0.07. So 1000 taka interest rate is 7% and number of years 2. So the calculation figure is 140 taka. 140 taka is the total interest at the end of the maturity of second year. Now it is time to calculate future value. Simple interest, and we have to calculate now the future value. Let's 1000 taka we deposited in a bank. At the end of 2 years, by 7% simple interest rate, what will be the total future value? What will be the total future value? Principal amount we have already calculated. Principal amount we have already calculated. How? Principal amount of interest. How much? 140. Okay, principal amount, and the principal amount taka 1000 plus at the end of the 2 years we have already calculated taka 140. How much amount? 140. So how much amount we will get at the end of 2 years in total? 1140 taka. 1140 taka. So this is the very simple. It is very simple calculation for you. Okay. Now, if the question may raise in your mind, what is the present value of this problem? Actually, the present value is simply the 1000 taka. That means today's 1 taka is not same as previous as future. That means 1 taka is the present value. In this particular case, the present value is simply the 1000 taka you originally deposited. That is the value of today. That is the value today. Okay. Okay. Now again, you have to understand very clearly. You deposited 1000 taka at the end of the 2 years at 7% simple interest rate. What is the present value? Present value is taka. This 1000 taka. Today's 1000 taka. Okay. Here there is a comparison table. You may compare if you calculate a particular amount of interest by depositing a particular respective amounts. You may invest 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 or 20,000. This is the figure I have set here. So if you deposit 1,000 taka, if you deposit 1,000 taka at 10% simple interest, 7% compound interest and 10% compound interest, if you invest by this particular amount, so up at the end of the 1 year, the respective amount will show on the picture in this way. See here very clearly. About very little bit difference among the alternatives, am I right? But at the end of the 10 years, here 10% simple interest, 7% compound interest and 10% compound interest. But at the end of the 20 years, we have seen here 10% here 10% simple interest, 7% simple interest and 10% simple interest. Gradual rate jumping. This is the facts. Here it is facts, but jumping. Drastically raised. So here simple interest at the end of the 30 years by simple interest of 10%. This is the bar diagram. Here at the end of 30 years by compounding interest, it is the bar diagram. And here this bar diagram, look, this bar diagram is huge difference between the first one and second one, huge difference. So compound interest is more than simple interest. Here future value and single deposit graphic I have already shown here. If you deposit 1,000 taka and compound interest 7%, at the end of the 7%, what types of graphical design may raise in front of you, that are shown in front of you. Okay. Now future value. Now it is time to future value in case of single deposit. Future value. Principal amount 1 plus I to the power 1. In case of, it will be the number of years. It is interest and it is 1 for formula and its principal amount. Okay, for 1,000 taka, 1 plus 0.7, that means 1,070 taka. At the end of 1 year, 1,007 taka by compounding interest we will get. Okay. You earn taka 70 interest on your 1,000 taka deposit over the first year. This is the same amount of interest you would earn under simple interest. That means for first year, simple interest and compound interest, you will get no difference. There is no difference. At same interest rate, we will show the same figure of interest at the end of the first year. But in case of second year, what will be the difference? I would like to clarify this perception about it. Okay. Future value 1 plus I means interest to the power of 1. Okay, present value, future value we have already calculated. Future value taka, how much amount in total? 1,070. Okay, 1,070 principal amount. If we segregate this amount, the formula will be future present value 1 plus I and 1 plus I. That means 1,000 taka 1.07 1.07. That means P0 principal amount 1 plus I to the power n. N means here 2 years. So if we calculate in total, the amount will be 1,144.90. So look, by simple, if we calculate at the end of 2 years, we will get how much amount? 1000 taka, 70% in 70 taka interest, 70 taka interest. 1140 taka. But by using the formula, we have already gathered extra amount. How much amount? 4.90 in 2 years in compound over the simple interest rate. By which, if we calculate from 1144.90 minus 1040 taka, then you will get extra 4.90 in the year at the end of the 2 year by calculating compound interest rate. So compound interest rate certainly will more than simple interest rate. So I hope so very clear. Now the general formula you have to use and you will get the result promptly. Instantly you will get the result. Which formula you have to use? In case of future value for 1 year, you will use here. In case of 2, for calculating future value by compound interest, this formula P0 1 plus I to the power 2. Okay. General formula means future value P0 1 plus I to the power n. But here there is another formula exists. If you want to use the table, then you have to consider, you may calculate compound interest by using the factor table. Future value, if you want to calculate future value by using table, then P0 present value interest factor, interest and number of years or number period of time. Okay, let's go to the formula for practical purpose. The value using table, present value interest factor, is found on the table at the end of the books. Okay, you will find your book if you go to the last pages from the at the end of your book, respective books, textbook, then you will get the table. Okay, for 6%, at the end of the 6%, how much? 1.060. 7%, 60. At the end of the 2 years, you will get 1.124. Third, 1.191. 4, 262. Okay, and this is the facts. You may calculate very easily, but okay, this is the facts. These are the given in front of you. In case this table will be provided to you if it is required. Now, look, for first year at 6% interest rate, okay, at 6% interest at the end of the 2 years, at the end of 3rd years, at the end of 4 years, and the end of 5th years, and you may calculate by which 1 plus 0.06 to the power 3. Okay, then the result will be you will get. Okay, now using future value tables, in what we will have to calculate? Taka 1000, present value interest factor annuity at 7% interest at the end of the 2 years. What will be the total figure? 1000 taka, and from the table we have already got 1.145, and the ultimate result will be 1145 taka. Okay, it's very clear. It's very easy for you to calculate by using the table. Now the question to you, by calculator, is it possible to do by using calculator? Yes. Now it is time to show this figure. Okay, so let's go. Calculate future value by BA II plus calculator. This is the calculator. You have to purchase this calculator from the shop, and you may use. And a question: what is the future value if 5,000 taka is invested for 2 years at 6% compounded annually? Annually means in a year 2 times. In a year 2 times. Okay, you have to put second. Here the second, then future value. Here present value, future value. You have to calculate future value, second, and here there is a particular items I1, II, here interferal calculator, arrow button, then you have to press arrow button, then 2 as the 2 years, then you have to press enter, even after that C, E, C, you have to press 2 times, then 2 as the you have to multiply the 2 times, annually means 2 times, then number of n means number of years. Okay, then ultimately the calculator will give the figure. Even after that, at 6% interest, you have to press 6, then IY, Even after that, you have to press the principal amount 5000. That means 5,000. Then you have to press the minus figure, not plus, minus figure. Then you have to press present value. Okay, present value. Then you have to press CPT button. Even after that, you want to get the future value. Press the future value, and ultimately the result will be done. Okay. Even after that, that means now it is time to calculate by your own choice. Use the highlighted row key for solving present value and future value. Okay, we have already discussed present value and future value. It is required. N means number of period, IY means interest rate per period, PV means present value, PMT means payment per period, PV means future value. Okay, CRL and TVM clears all of the inputs into the above TVM's case. Okay, using the TI BAII plus calculator inputs. These are the inputs key. Compute by using this figure, this key. Focus on third row keys will be the displayed in slide as shown above. Okay. Now, second, CRL TVM 2 N7 IY 1000 taka minus PV, and 0 means present. That means it is not required. This is why we have to press a 0. Okay. Now CPT means CPT. You have to press CPT, then future value. We will get the result. Okay. Not relevant in this situation. This is why we entered at 0. Okay. Ends 2. IY 7%. PB 1000. PMT 0, because it is not related here. Future value compound resulting answer is positive. Okay. So Julius Miller wants to know how large her deposit of taka 10,000 today will become at compound annual interest rate of 10% for 5 years. That means I want to deposit 10,000 taka, interest rate 10%. At the end of the 5 years, how much amount we will get if we calculate in the formula of compound interest. Okay. Calculate based on general formula. You have already learned 10,000 taka, future value 1 plus interest rate 0.10 to the power 5 at the end of the 5 years. How much amount? 16,105 taka, 5.10 taka we will get at the end of the 5 years by interest rate 10%. Okay, and it is I have already used for calculating this amount by compound interest system. Okay, calculation based on the table. if we want to use uh, future value interest factor table, then what will be the result? Simple. uh, Base amount 10,000 taka, and at the end of the 5 years, by 10%, the respective amount has given 16,110 taka. Very similar between the some figures may not be adjusted as like similar, but similar, about the similar. So it will be considered 5 taka has difference. 4.90 taka has difference between the two figures. Okay. Uh, so if we want to calculate by calculator, what will be the result? You have to press second, then CRL, TBM, 5, N, 10, I, Y, minus 10,000, PV, 0, PMT, that means not related here in this case, CPT, even after that you have to press future value, then you will get the result. And what will be the result? Okay, and this is the discussion in conclusion. I hope so it is very clear about the future value calculation, the value calculation by using future value factor table, by using factor table, and by using calculator. Very clear by observing this slide. I hope so. So it is top 10 models work of previous year from time value of last year. Okay, that means from time. So dear learners and dear friends, it is my earnest request to you, please go to my YouTube and subscribe my channel, and so that you may get my videos, upcoming videos instantly. And thank you all for taking patient and staying with Mohabbat. And I will try my level best to submit in front of you all things at the same time in a nutshell, so that it will be beneficial for all the learners who are eager to know about the various topics of finance and side by side other subjects. So thank you all staying with Mohabbat. Allah Hafiz.